Welcome back, fight fans. Today we're diving deep into how Sean Strickland figured out and dominated Israel Adesanya. Let's break it down step by step. Number 1. Strickland's aggression. First off, let's talk about that big knockdown. Why did it happen? Normally, Adesanya's opponents are cautious, hesitant to engage. They know he's a counter-punching master, so they play into his strengths. But Sean Strickland, he didn't care. Strickland simply walked forward, closed the range, and got into boxing range. Number 2. Adesanya's countering. Adesanya's usual move when pressured is to lean back from a jab or a straight and counter with his deadly left hook. It's knocked out opponents like Robert Whittaker and Paulo Costa. However, Strickland caught on to this quickly. He followed up his jabs with a right straight, anticipating Adesanya's counter. This disrupted Adesanya's go-to move and negated his counterpunching game. Number 3. Kicking game. Surprisingly, Adesanya's kicking game also fell short in this fight. When he switches to a southpaw stance, he usually throws kicks, but Strickland was ready. Strickland effectively caught most of Adesanya's kicks, robbing him of both his kicking ability and control of the distance. Adesanya lost 2 crucial aspects of his game. Number 4. Adesanya's limitations. Now, Adesanya is a natural orthodox fighter, primarily throwing punches when in that stance. He's knocked out opponents when they overextended and got off balance. But here's the thing, Adesanya lacks versatility. He's too long and relies mainly on straight punches. Strickland, being a smaller fighter with a more stocky build, exploited this. Number 5. Lack of improvement. Throughout his career, Adesanya hasn't shown significant improvements in his skill set. He sticks to kickboxing fundamentals, which can work but aren't foolproof. When faced with a fighter like Strickland, who understands the basics and uses them effectively, it's a reminder that sometimes simplicity beats advanced techniques. Number 6. Possible rematch. A rematch between these two fighters would be fascinating.
When we fight, I knock you out, I'm gonna do a TikTok dance over your grave.
Can Adesanya make the necessary adjustments? It might be a tough challenge, much like Robert Whittaker's second fight against him. In the end, styles make fights, and Adesanya got figured out by Strickland's relentless approach. Will the story change in a rematch? Only time will tell. Number 7. Adesanya's defensive weaknesses. Now, let's talk about Adesanya's defensive weaknesses, in something that Adesanya needs to address if he hopes for a different outcome in a rematch. Round 9. Adesanya's potential adjustments. Now let's discuss what Adesanya can do differently in a potential rematch. While it's challenging, it's not impossible for him to turn the tables. One option is to work on his inside game, especially when facing a relentless aggressor like Strickland. Developing clinch techniques and short-range striking could help him control the inside exchanges better. Additionally, improving his head movement and footwork on the front foot could make him less predictable when evading punches. This would also enable him to counter more effectively. Number 10. The importance of adaptation. Ultimately, MMA is a sport where adaptation is key. Fighters must continuously evolve and adjust their strategies. Adesanya, as a champion, must recognize his weaknesses and work on them. If he faces Strickland again, he needs to bring a new game plan to the octagon, one that takes into account the lessons learned from their first encounter. In conclusion, Sean Strickland's victory over Israel Adesanya was a result of smart tactics, exploiting weaknesses, and showcasing the effectiveness of basics in MMA. A rematch between these two fighters would undoubtedly be highly anticipated. Can Adesanya adapt and come back stronger, or will Strickland continue to hold the upper hand? That's all for today's analysis, fight fans. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any thoughts on this fight or want to share your predictions for a potential rematch, please leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with the latest in the world of combat sports. This is Strike Nation. Catch you in the next video. Until then, keep watching the fights and take care. Later.